up, everybody? Welcome back to another Coco conversation.
Where we have conversations worth having.
I am your host T,
And I'm your host Coco.
and tonight we got a special guest for Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. We are speaking with Uncle Freddy from D.E.L.O.
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm very elated for you all to have me here on the show to be able to address something that I know is a major issue, not only in the black community, but in the community.
Yes.
In general,
Exactly.
especially with our men.
Yeah, exactly. And when I found out that it was Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, I was like, okay, we got to dive into that because it seemed like, for one thing, it seemed like every month is something now.
Right.
Yeah, I don't remember these many holidays, months.
Well, I think they probably
awareness.
always been like just below key because we talked about last week. Everything is something to make money off of. So I think now people have figured out how getting people more aware is more money. So I think that's part of it too.
Yeah. It all goes hand in hand. But today we just want to talk a little bit about men's mental health, of course, and then just a little bit about your brand. So you can like start off just telling people about what you do for the community in general.
Well, I am Uncle Fred. I received that name from the kids in the community or the youth in the community. I'm not going to just say kids because some of them are grown now. From the youth in the community, we have a nonprofit organization. It's called D.E.L.O, which stands for Developing Emotional Literacy Outreach. Okay. And that program was developed after the passing of my nephew, which anybody who's familiar with the East Side, what they call 300 and all that, he was a part of some of those guys, and that's what they called him, D.E.L.O. And we developed that the nonprofit to really reach out and help form a healthy environment for the young men and young ladies that's coming up now. You know, we really do realize how much social media, how much trying to fit in has a lot to do with the mental health in our youth, you know what I'm saying, today. So that's one of the things that we do, man. We just try to set out, again, a positive, constructive thought process within them so they don't go through some of the things that us as adults, we all know someone that has had mental health issues or has been through some or is going through something right now, you know. So that's what we do. We just want to shine the light on that and teach them, you know, the tools that they already have, really enlighten them about what's already inside of them so they won't have to go through some of these same issues.
Right.
That's good. I love that. I love that initiative.
Yeah, I think that's so needed. And I think I hope this comes across the right people and the right platform for it to have, shine some light because I think people, especially the youth, I feel like me and my aunt was talking today and she was just like, I just wish social media would go away. Like I think that it has, and I know it's not possible probably because we are so far into it, but I feel like it has a lot to do with even us as grown people, the way we maneuver in the world. I just think about you can have a mindset of what you need to do, how you need to do it, and everything else, and you can be walking that path, and the moment you see something on social media, you like rethink your whole life, like, well, she doing this, so it's like it really is a thief of joy because the comparison is it's almost kind of like it's impossible not to think about the what ifs once you see a different option. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for kids to be able to come across D.E.L.O and be able to see there is a different option, hopefully that is the same influence that social media is for them and to take a different path. You know?
Right. To kind of piggyback off what you said, honestly, one of our goals is to be as big as, I don't know exactly how old you are, you don't have to see it, 'cause, you know. However, I don't know, some guys, some people might remember Dad, Dad to keep kids off drugs. That's one of our ultimate goals, is to be as big as Dad was when we were younger kids in elementary. We want to spread all across, not just Houston, not just the East Side, not just Texas. We want to spread across the country and really spread some awareness and help, our youth be able to have a constructive thought about themselves, to have an anchor, and what I mean by having an anchor is like, once you find your purpose, that's like your anchor, because you can't be moved off your purpose. That's like your rock, you anchored there, no matter what happens, no matter what goes on. And I believe that has a lot to do with being preventative of, mental health. Because no matter what goes on, if you have that anchor, you know I have a purpose. Yeah. And I won't be moved off my purpose no matter what happens. then I believe that'll set the tone for us in our lives, not just in the kids, but as adults as well. And so that's our goal, you know. And I do want to send a big shout out to the board members that I have because they are so excellent. Courtney Pringle, Joe Bridges, Jamil Derrick, and Erica Boyce. Like we have put, strenuous hours in just to kind of form this program, and for you all to bring me here to, you know, represent our program and to address mental health awareness. Like, it's a blessing, and we really do thank you.
Of course, we appreciate having you, and we just need to, like, we pride our podcast on having conversations worth having. So like we need to get these kind of conversations had, you know, get them out there and get them into the feed, get them into where they. We gotta sometimes meet people where they are, and especially the youth. That's the best way to go about it.
Can't do nothing about it, but join in and make sure we just be in the light in a dark place, basically.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Coco.
Hey, your girl T.
And we are inviting y'all to our first ever live podcast show for the culture.
Okay, we're gonna have vendors, panelists, foods, drinks. It's gonna be a complete vibe.
Yes, all y'all have to do is go to the link in our bio. The tickets are free, and we also have VIP tickets for the big spenders.
Only a few of them VIP tickets left, so get them quick. Do not wait till the last minute.
See y'all there.
Black excellence, black habits, this black medicine, everything black chucks, everything black hug, black love, everything. Praise black Jesus, play black Moses.
Not to get off the inspirational horse, but we want to stay on there, but we want to ask some more. We want to move into the grown people section.
Come on. Just get our wrong.
So just usually what we do is we have a cup and we ask you to pull a question from the cup. But today we kind of made you pull this question because we don't ask you.
Yeah, because this is what we want to start with. It's usually just conversation starters, but that's what we kind of want to direct the conversation to.
Right. So we talk about mental health all the time, especially in men. And, you know, as the statistics basically say that women suffer more with mental health, from what I was reading. But I don't think that is that necessarily that women suffer more from mental health. I think that it's just hard to see it in men. It's hard to identify what it is. And so I was thinking about some of the things that me personally, like when I think about men having mental health, how does that look? Like, you know, with women, you know, you don't do your hair, you might gain weight, you might lose weight. Those are just some of the telltale signs with women. You sleep a lot, you're very disorganized, stuff like that.
Right.
But I know, like, being married to my husband, like, I feel like even when he's depressed, like, he don't exhibit those same characteristics. And not to say he exhibits this one, but I know that men have a different way of doing things. And I wonder is, I made this before, I guess, whorism, being a whore.
The action of being a whore.
Or, yeah.
Like just being promiscuous.
Yes, being very, and being a player, however you want to call it. Would that be considered a sign that you're dealing with mental health and you're avoiding the situation? That's a way to avoid it.
Very much so. I very much so agree that being promiscuous, you know, having this lady, that lady, for whatever reason that you may have them, is a sign. Me personally, I believe that is a sign of mental health, because a lot of times it's almost like if you want to be healthy, just kind of, you know, go off, use a different analogy. It's almost like if you want to be healthy, right? And you eat a lot of sugar. Having a bunch of different women is pleasure. You understand what I'm saying? So it goes against what's healthy for the mind of a man. Because I'm just telling you personally, I can't deal with too many different women's emotions. I'm just being totally honest. It's hard enough to deal with our own emotions. So to be trying to deal with different people's emotions on top of that, and plus your children, and plus your people at your job, that is a stress that you're putting on yourself. But we don't think about it like that. And so it's the way that we think. Again, you know, not just make it by D.E.L.O, but that's again something that we want to attack. We want to attack the way that we think about ourselves, about our future, and about our children. So yes, being promiscuous, I do believe is a part of a start of, you know, some kind of issue in mental health, because you wonder why.
Right.
You understand? And I know you all as women when you go out and you do everything that is possible as a good woman. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the ones that's, revealing themselves to everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Ones who say they out there for the bad and all that. I'm talking about ones who know that they take care of the kids, they take care of home, they take care of bills, they wash your clothes, they make sure you're fed. All these different things I know, and I'm not a woman. However, I have enough, experience to realize that wears down on a woman. Because it makes you all wonder, what am I not doing right? What is she, if it's somebody else in the picture, what is she doing that I'm not doing? However, it's not you, it's us. You understand? It's us in the way that we're thinking. You understand? And when we have a thought process of, I have to have more. Do you understand what I'm saying? Too much of anything, can be detrimental to your health, can be detrimental to your life. So yes, again, to answer your question, I really do believe, yes, that is a start of mental health issues.
Yeah, I came to that conclusion because I was thinking about
That's a good question. What traits you know what I'm saying,
The
that
men
men show?
have.
Because like you said, women will be, a little messy, hair not done, a little unorganized here and there.
sleep the day away.
Right.
And you might say, what's wrong with her? But you don't see too many of them signs on men, and we already know men don't really vocalize it,
Exactly.
their problems or their issues, because they're taught to be the provider.
That's the main issue.
And not have emotion.
Exactly.
That's the main issue.
And that was one of my topics. I was gonna ask, how do men personalize themselves to their goals, their wants, their desires, if they're raised to already be for somebody else, be doing this for somebody else, protect somebody else. I know as women we kind of brought up to do that as well, like nurture the kids,
I think us more
nurture
than the men though, because I feel like for men, the providing and money aspect of a man, I feel like it could stand alone. The protecting, I feel like it could stand alone, and it could be outside of anybody else. You get what I'm saying? Like for instance, for a woman, the desire to have children, you have to have a man. You get what I'm saying? You have to have some type of other person to do that. And with a man though, it's like I can be a provider. I can protect my siblings. I can protect my mama. I can have money and power without having one.
Yeah.
And I think that I don't think they are. I think they, because even sometimes when you hear men say stuff like, I ain't giving no woman, she came out to take all my money, take all my money. They're not trained to. This is the purpose. This is the purpose to grow up, to have a wife, to have children, to be able to provide for them X, Y, and Z. Of course, some men are, but a lot of men are just taught to have it, not to have it for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? On the other hand, we taught, if you want to get a man, you know what I'm saying? You want to keep a man, you gotta know how to cook, you gotta know how to clean, you gotta know how to all of that. But for men, it's kind of like they are taught to just have it, but not to be able to share it.
I don't know. Because, I
think that's more of our conditioning. You understand what I'm saying? And I can speak for me personally. My dad wasn't there growing up. You understand what I'm saying? I had older brothers. I had older uncles. And it's cool to accumulate a bunch of women. Yeah. That's the culture.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm glad you said our condition instead of our community. Because I was about to say our community, but I didn't want to make it seem like that. Because other communities do it too.
Right.
That's the way we condition. That's our mindset. Yeah. That's what we taught.
Exactly.
We're not taught to be married. Why do you think we don't be married by 18, 19? Exactly. When we graduate, our counterparts or everybody else. I was just watching a show and they were talking about how that Indian parents were saying, hey, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You gonna get married or you know what I mean? Everybody culture pushes that, but ours was like, when y'all gonna have some kids?
Right. When you gonna have some kids? Well, you need to go get this money.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's depending on your conditioning. You understand what I'm saying? That's what trains our mind. When we're so used to seeing one thing, you understand? When you see someone doing this, you see this may be an uncle or a brother or someone that you love dearly. And you see the way that they treat women, or you see the way that they go about their life, and they chasing the money, they chasing the bag.
Right.
You're not conditioned. That's like I say, that anchor. We don't have that anchor as a man. You understand? As a man, we are supposed to be there. It's not only just provide, but to be a leader.
Yeah.
And that's why we as men, that's why so many conversations on other podcasts, you hear people saying, hey, well, you know, my woman, she won't be submissive. She won't. One thing about a woman, one thing I can say about you all, and it's a blessing, anything that we give you all will multiply.
Right.
For the most part. So when a woman finds that a man has no vision, or when he loses that vision, because some of us might go into a relationship or a marriage, and you may seem good, and then you lose vision. And that's when you lose the respect, because you know what? That woman has not only the bills and herself to look after, she has those kids. And you're no longer leading. So you know what? That's when the woman, she takes on the masculinity.
Right.
You know, and two masculine people can exist in the same house. So one has to be masculine, one has to be feminine, or you're going to clash. And that's what happens with a lot of us. We lose vision. We lose vision. We lose the anchor that's supposed to be there for us as men.
Some, like you said, growing up in a house without a father, some men never had it.
Right,
Some
right.
women never had it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's things that you learn as you grow up, but you have to, like you said, have that anchor and purposefully put that in your life, put these boundaries in your life to say, hey, I'm trying to get somewhere, I'm trying to do something, so this is how I have to live, or this is what I have to do. And it's hard and it's easy at the same time, because yeah, you can be peer pressure, but if you really stand on business and you know how to
stand on business about your life,
you know,
about your family,
you go through
yeah.
some of them days and you do what you're supposed to do and you feel good. Like it feels like a weight is lifted off your shoulder instead of them days where you drink and smoke and doing whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Just
right.
doing stuff that you know ain't productive for you.
Right. We're
Them
not
days
taught.
you feel heavy.
We're not taught to operate out from a place of love and abundance.
Yeah.
You understand? Because most of us come from poverty. And when you have a poverty mindset, it makes you think that I can get as much as I can, as quick as I can, because it might not be enough.
Exactly.
So we're not taught to operate from a place of abundance like that's plenty. You understand? We just have to tap into what the greatness that's inside of us. And we're not taught to operate from love. And when you operate from love, anything that you do, you will be willing to pass down to your child.
Yeah.
Or anything that you do, you'll be willing to give to somebody else. And guess what? When you're thrown in the fire, you won't shrink, because everything you're doing has a purpose, it has an anchor to it. And that purpose is for you to add more value, not only to yourself, but to your family and anybody else around. You understand? But these are things that we have to, we can no longer use excuses after a certain age.
Yeah.
And I know that's hard to
That's what I
say.
just told my
And some
friend.
people might say, hey man, this, that, and the third. Hey brother, I'm gonna tell you this. Me, and anybody that knows me, man, I'm so hard on us as men. You know, excuse my French, you have people who call themselves pimps or whatever. They be like, I'm hard on a H, or I'm hard on a B. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm hard on us because I understand our purpose. I understand what we should be anchored on. Because if we are who we supposed to be within the household, then we change the narrative.
Yeah.
Not only in the life of men, but in the life of women as well.
In the community.
In the community, that's what I'm
Your
saying,
kids
as a
go
whole.
out and they project this energy. Your wife go out, she project this energy.
Right.
Y'all all are making the community
Yeah.
come back together. But it starts
It
with
almost-
leaders. But I hate to hear like the young men say things like, or not even just young men in general, but say things like, oh, I don't, y'all don't know that today's economy, we gotta go 50-50. My wife needs to be working. I mean, if you do have a household where your wife needs to be working, okay, but like, I don't think some of them even want to. Like, even if they were millionaires, they still feel like somebody, if he doing something, somebody else needs to be doing something. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that goes back to what he's saying though, that and also I thought about when he started saying like he hard on men, period. It's almost like Pastor was saying when he came, he was like, right.
Myself.
When he came, he was saying like the intent, like the first, the original plan. Like we have to get back to the original plan. The original plan is that man, woman, children. So you can't almost worry about what the woman do because to do what you gotta do.
Exactly.
You have to first do what you gotta do, and everything gonna
and
fall
that's
in
the
place.
only thing I be on, like I hate keep on saying the younger men, but like the new generation of men to know, like it don't matter what the woman doing, because that's you the one ahead in this
Right.
Yeah.
this pyramid.
It's
or this
almost that
cycle.
thing like everybody wants to be the head until they see what the head requires. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
why
it's
we
easy to
can't-
say
Why we
that,
can't
but
do like you? Why we can't sit in the passenger seat like y'all? Why we can't like that stuff?
Really, I don't think a lot of us even know what the head's supposed to look like. That's
right.
the issue.
It's scary.
You understand what I'm
It's
saying?
scary to
That's
try
the
to
issue.
front.
And man, I love being a man. Because first of all, let me say this: I've been through some of these same issues that I'm speaking on. Until I said I want more. It's more to me as a man. You understand? I want to be a man of purpose. Not what they call now a high value man. Let's scrap that because money doesn't make you a high value man.
Right.
The more value that you're able to, the more value that you're able to put into other people, into your family, into your community, the love that you're able to show will be reciprocated to you. So how much of that are you putting in?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because some of the things that we do as men does not add value to anyone but us.
Yeah.
So how much of a man are you? I don't care how much money you have. You understand? And with the influence that we have as men, because like we said, the order is God, man, then woman. With the influence that we have, we should be able to lead our families, lead our communities. Because one thing I do know, you all will fall in place with a plan and a vision that you can see is better for you and your kids. Y'all have no problem doing that. I'm not gonna sit here and lie.
Whether
I
I
ain't
got
sit
to
here
go
and
see
saying
it or
that.
not. If
It's a
it's
good
bringing it
plan.
to me, not
Yeah.
like, oh, because I gotta do it now, you gotta do it. It's almost like you see me doing something. I mean, if you doing something, you gotta see me doing something too.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of like immature to me. You know what I'm saying? And then too, like
It's like
you
we're
said,
playing tit for tat in a
tit for
relationship.
tat. And then too, like, when you said, like, they don't know to do what to do and how to do it, I think that's the main problem. Like, a lot of men just, they believe that all that a woman can provide is sex, clean, cook. It's almost like a mom. They look at us like moms instead of partners.
Well, a lot of us have mom issues.
Right.
Well, a lot of us have mom issues as well. That's why.
And we have daddy issues too. It's
Right.
not just a me. I don't know a lot of females, but I've heard of a lot of women also carrying daddy issues, looking for a savior in men. And,
Right.
and that could be a downfall too, wanting to be saved, wanting to be taken care of because you didn't have that as a child. So it's both.
Right.
But like you said, a lot of men do have mama issues.
Right, we have mama issues just as well as some ladies have men issues. You understand what I'm saying? And so with that, the biggest thing again is to look in the mirror and look at self. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I heard you say something like it'd be like tick for tat. For every household, it may be different to have your household operate. But the principle of who a man should be and who a woman should be to her man should be the same. The principles should be the same.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? You all should
That original plan.
we should complement
Be
each
made.
other.
Yeah.
And so what I mean by that is he's not the only one adding value to himself and to the family. She should also be adding value to herself and the family. However, I do believe that man, if we as men, I'm including myself.
Yeah.
You understand? I'm not excluding me because I'm not above reproach or anything, but I'm saying if we set that example, we change the narrative.
Yeah.
One by one, we change change the narrative. One mind at a time. Is one thing I like to say.
And
One
numbers
mind
too.
at a time, we change the narrative. If we do what we should be doing as a man.
Yeah.
So
I always use this scenario or example for like when for me and before we had my daughter, my husband, he used to always say like I hate when whatever the case may be, he might say I don't like when people lie. Just say like I don't like when people lie, I hate when people lie. I'm the type of I stand on loyalty, I stand on honesty, I stand on integrity and stuff like that. And then like if I would piss him off or I say something or I lie, he'd be like, shit, I did it because you did. And I'd be like, if you standing on that, what I do can't change what you standing on. You know what I'm saying? It can't make you move. Like
again,
Same
thing. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I like to call it. Again, that's why I like to call it the anchor. Because when you have a boat that's anchored in the ocean, no matter what the waves do, no matter how the water get rocky, the boat ain't going nowhere.
Right.
So when you standing on business for real, and I'm not saying your husband
No,
not, you know what I'm saying?
no, he
Husband don't think I'm not.
Let him know he was.
I'm on your side, baby. I'm just saying.
But you know, listen, he wasn't, but that's what I told him. I said, I'm not saying that I'm perfect, and I'm not saying that you're supposed to be perfect, but as a man that you say you want to be and you want to stand on this, and I'm not following, I don't listen, this and that. That was your time to shine. Right. When you flipped and did what I did, you missed your opportunity for me to say, oh, I might need to follow him next time. I might need that be the times y'all, you know, it's almost like a kid. If I tell my kid don't lie, and the moment they find out I'm a liar too, it's like they looking at me different. Yeah. They're not willing to listen to me saying don't lie. But the moment they feel like, oh, I never say, nah, that was wrong. I just said that wrong. I didn't. Now they like, okay, my mama got integrity. I can listen to. So
it's a learning experience.
It's the same thing with women. I feel like, and men, period too. Like I can trust your judgment now because you didn't move off of no judgment. You know what I'm saying?
And to me, it's kind of like if you knew better, then you do better. Like you told me that you knew better, but you just went behind me and did the same thing, trying to prove a point. But proving a point would be telling me, like, you know, communicating that, putting it in my face, making me feel bad about it. Because now we both feel bad.
Exactly.
Now,
and we don't go nowhere.
And again, like you say, that, and when that happens, whether it's man or woman, when either of us say, I did that because you did that, that means our emotion overrode our reason.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? We can't let our emotion override our reasoning because we're saying this is who we are. And again, that anchor and that purpose, when you have a purpose, when your integrity, your environment, all those things reflect who you are. You know what I'm saying? So whatever goes on around you does not move. You can't be moved. And so again, we just have to begin to focus more on being intentional. You understand what I'm saying? Being intentional about who we say we are and actually being that, you know, and we all growing at different times. However, we have to continue to grow. There's one thing I do know is you all will outgrow us. If we don't grow, again, if you don't see that vision, y'all will outgrow us. You understand what I'm saying? And it happens so many times. I mean, you know, we'll touch on something that we probably don't want to speak on, like cheating. Sometimes you all might take us back, or you know, vice versa. However it may go, you might say we're gonna work this out, but at the same time, you don't see no change, and then all of a sudden, the papers come, or she's saying, "I'm gone," or you come home from work and all the furniture gone. Like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? What was this? She outgrew you, but she didn't see no change. You know, and I'm not trying to bash us as man. I just want us to rise up.
Yeah, but this goes. I think that it's necessary. It's not even about bashing. It's about creating a standard, and I feel like the standard is so low now.
Oh yeah, no, man, it's a bunch of us that's cowards.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was saying about the whole like not even wanting to. People could be walking around with $100,000. You know what I'm saying? Just doing welfare stuff. They shit. I wish I would do for.
Yeah.
Damn, not if you love her, not if y'all married.
Right.
Like,
that mindset.
But that boils down to whatever trauma they've been have had and the conditioning. You know what I'm saying? They probably have not had someone that they respect as much as for like a woman. To where they, you know,
can believe that you can love somebody.
That you can love someone to that extent. You understand what I'm saying? Like you have the craziest thing going on right now. People saying F love.
And then the sad part about it is you don't even only need love for a romantic relationship.
You need it for living. Like I say, like you can walk through the anger.
What is a person without love?
Exactly. What is a place?
That's
a
world
episode without love.
understanding. But with that, how often do you feel yourself feeling overwhelmed or stressed by the expectation placed on you as being a man? Like the male traditional roles, being a provider, being a protector. Like, I know that it still comes with being like overwhelmed. It still comes with a lot. So like, when you feel, how often do you feel that way, and how do you go about coming out of that feeling, like and moving forward?
What I would say is, where I'm at this point in my life, I have become intentional about everything that I want to do. And so that has allowed me to not have that pressure. And what I mean by being intentional, if I know for a fact that right now, I am not serious about this woman. You understand what I'm saying? I cannot provide anything that this woman, that it takes to have a family, to have a woman, then I'm not going to pursue her or lie to her in that manner. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not going to put that pressure on myself. I have become intentional about what I want to do. And so right now, just to be personal, I'm in a place right now where I'm building myself and I'm continuously growing. And so I don't have those issues. I may have a friend, may have something I want to work towards. But right now, I have to get myself right so I can be available. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can't say that I am ready to take on these responsibilities, and you know for a fact you don't even know what you want to do with your life.
I'm glad you said that.
You understand what I'm saying?
You said that for real.
Like, it's so many of us, and I'm not knocking anybody. I just want us all to take that time to think it's okay to be a. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be alone.
It's okay to not be okay. And
Yes,
not to have it all figured
Not
out.
to have it figured
Those,
out.
because our emotions are really sensitive. You understand? It's okay to be angry because you're angry for something. Just be reconciled to an emotion that is constructive for your life. It's okay to be sad, but be reconciled back to an emotion that brings you joy.
Yeah.
So we can start again living with some purpose and start tapping into the greatness that's inside of us, so we can be an addition to whoever it is that we try to bring in our life. You understand? When somebody mentions my name, I want them to mention it like it's a plus, an addition to. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to have any hashtags that's taken away from anything from anybody else. That's not a purposeful life. And again, these are the things when we're not intentional, that's what starts. That's what plants the seed of mental health issues.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It begins to be stress.
Just going out and doing.
You know what I'm saying? Then stress may lead to addiction. You know, addiction is not just drugs. Addiction can be overspending. Addiction can be sexually active. Addiction can be many different things. And then once you have that and that doesn't please you, then you become stressed. Then you have mental health issues because you cannot find, you're looking for everything on the outside to give you fulfillment. But it's the inside where you have to bring it from. So that's how I avoid those issues now. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm glad you mentioned that as men not knowing what they even want to do, because I noticed a lot of my classmates, my peers, and people I grew up around, like had like a one-track mind. Like if sports don't work, you know what I'm saying, then
It's
I don't really have a, you know what I'm
hitting on
saying.
something.
And then where we from Southeast Texas, you know what I mean? It's a lot of refineries. If I don't make it to the pros, I'm just working, you know, with my dad and them working, you know what I'm saying, working 12, get up in there and get that money, chase that bag. But like, I just don't think that they are given options. I don't even think they know. Like my nephew, when he just graduated I think a couple weeks ago, he felt like it was either get a college degree or go to the Army. That's it. And he has people around him, like my brother and them, they got trades, you know what I'm saying? There's people in our family with trades. But for whatever reason, that seemed like all he could grasp, all he thought was possible to do. I don't know why these young men don't have, or people are not teaching young men the options that they have. So like,
But who is it to teach that? Who is it to teach that? Because I feel like this is a part of the reason why I felt like it was my responsibility to homeschool my daughter, because I didn't want to get her through K through 12 and say, you don't know how to do this. You don't know nothing about it. Like I knew that I had to be that person, because ultimately the school is a system.
Right.
It's only ran one
When I
type of
say
way.
teach them, I think it's everybody's. When you say who, I think it's everybody's
Right.
job. Everybody's job. All of
It
ours.
is.
Anybody who comes into contact with them.
Right.
We should not be showing them. We should not be making them feel bad for choosing to work at the stove, the corner stove, to save up some money so they can go to community college or pay for a trade, or do what they got to do for take a break from a year after they graduate and figure some things out.
It
Hey,
boils back down to our conditioning.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How we are conditioned. Like we might be coming up as youngsters and we might hear, hey, when you get 18, you either gonna go to the military or you're gonna go in the military, you going to college or you're getting out of my house. You understand what I'm saying? These are things that we're conditioned to think. And then you have some of us who we have played sports all our lives. We have devoted so much time to sports that we don't even know how to think for ourselves. We don't know the power of our conscious thought. A lot of us don't know who we are after we take our helmets off for football. You don't know who you are after you put the basketball down. You don't know who you are if you're a doctor after you take your what's it called? Stethoscope. You don't know who you are. That does not define you. Whoever you are should be defined by your morals and your integrity. And that will bring you fulfillment, and then those things like your purpose is going to surround you with the people that you need to be around. Just bottom line. And a lot of us don't know that because we're not taught how to be individual thinkers. We're not taught how to use our conscious thought.
And I think we are taught that, but I think it's for the wrong thing. And the reason I say that is because that is a part of what you learn in school. You learn how to be a critical thinker, but for the wrong, for reason.
To get a good job.
To get a good job, and that's why I said who responsibility is it? Because ultimately, I feel like yes, it is everybody that's around you. But like we talked about before in another episode, when you born, you don't know anything. You don't know anything unless you're taught it, unless you experience it. And I feel like as
Taught and learn. You look and learn.
Yeah, and I feel like you are whatever you see. Like I don't know everything that your nephew sees, but whatever he sees is it anything? Because kids know and go off of what they see.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can talk to me all day. I should do this. I should do that, but I don't see none of that. And it seems like I feel like experience matters because, like you saying, they don't know who they are after they take this helmet off. They don't know who they are after they walk across stage and they do this. They don't even know who they are because they haven't had any life experience. And I feel like that was how I was when I put myself up to, like when I was in college and I put myself up to, because I went to a white university. When I put myself up to Northwestern State, when I put myself up to my peers that had been experienced, that had traveled, who were real. They knew etiquette about what to do this, how to put the plate up here, all that type of stuff. I feel like that is a part of who you are and how you figure out what you like. Like we hear all the time. I seen a video on TikTok of a guy was saying, we as black people, black adults, we need to learn how to know what the difference in doing something and what a hobby actually is. He said he talked about how he'd been trying to date. And how every time he goes to somebody, they don't even have any hobbies. They don't have anything that they do. Like, do you play pickleball? What do you do outside of? I just like to chill. I go to work. So it's not just the kids. It's us all the way up into adulthood that don't know who we are or what we like. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like as parents and as aunts, uncles, like we need to take the most time to develop experiences within our youth because they don't know what to know. They don't know what to like. They don't know what to say. Okay, I want to go out to China because I want to build my own business. So I need to see where it all starts at. Or, just
also
anything.
goes into value too, what they value.
Yes.
Because he could see, you know what I'm saying, my nephew, and I even did this. I could take it off his back. I even see my mama have a good job, do this, and my mama wanted me to be an operator. So I was like, I did a half a year of school. I was like, I hate this shit. This science, what?
Yeah.
Hell no. It was out of here. Like, what? But that's what I seen it, but I was like, nah, that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say I necessarily rebelled to it. I didn't value it.
Right.
I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't.
It wasn't you though.
Exactly. It wasn't you.
It wasn't you.
And like you just said, seeing different things, being exposed to different things does help that. And I believe us as parents, sometimes we need to pay more attention to our children so we can cultivate the things that are great that's inside of them.
Yeah.
Because really, your purpose is along the lines of your creative ability.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And once we can get past those emotions, we can unlock the creative abilities that we have. Because the pressure of somebody wanting you to be something is an emotion that wears down on you as well. You understand what I'm saying? So it kind of kills your creative ability because you believe that I have to do what they want me to do.
Or that I just can't simply do what I want to do because I was a person, I was a parent that did it. I had to find myself, tell myself like, get out of doing stuff like that. Like my daughter, she like makeup, she like hair, she make nails out of paper. Like she, all that kind of stuff, she likes that kind of stuff. And I didn't like it because it's messy and you're not about to get in my makeup. T even gave her a makeup bag because I was like, you don't makeup, you not. You know what I'm saying? She did, but I had to get myself out of the being a parent and say, no, go sit down. You're not about to, she'll come in my room, she'll be like, Mama, can I go play in the makeup? Can I go do my makeup? No, go sit down. You're not messing up my stuff. You're not da-da-da-da. But I had to tell myself, this is what she likes to do. Like, why would you be, because that's something you can clean. It ain't that serious. It ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying? So it's not me telling her, you have to do this, but it's me telling her you can't do this. So like you said, it's suppressing you, it's weighing on you emotionally. Like, dang, I can't even really like what I like. Because my mama say that it's a negative. She look at it as a negative.
Right, everything is can't.
Can't.
Instead
exactly.
of us as parents telling you what you can do with the talent that you already have.
Right.
Let me cultivate this talent so you can provide a service for this. What you're doing, you can be providing a service and making some money. Doing something that brings you some kind of fulfillment. And not to say that's just what she'll stay at.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
But it might cultivate something else.
Exactly. Because you already see that she is very creative. You just said she made nails out of paper. You understand? It's like making a radio out of bar soap. You understand what I'm saying? You're an engineer.
No, for real.
Like,
no, for real.
This is what I'm saying. So the fact that you have such greatness inside of you, and she's already expressing her creative ability, it kind of kills that. You understand? And then we start putting them in that narrow, of what we want them to do. And when we do that, it kills their drive. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I love football. My son don't love it as much as I love it. I can talk X's and O's all day. But he doesn't feel the same way about it. So for me to continually try to push him into something that he does not want to do, that's when we get to saying you're lazy, you're this, you're that. And then once we start attacking them, you understand what I'm saying? That's when they go into that shell. And they start doing things that we don't even want to know about, and they don't even want to tell us about it.
Right.
So,
I've definitely seen that happen with both my nephews. Like, it's crazy how they will become somebody you don't even know just from you, like, backing them into that corner.
Right.
Like, I'm like, who is this?
And not creating that safe space.
Yeah, no. They will retreat, and they will
It's
not.
hard,
They will not.
It's not easy to be a parent. And I'm not saying that is the excuse to get out of, parenting the right way. You know better, you do better. But it really is hard. It's hard because you don't want to make the wrong decision. You don't want to say the wrong thing that could make them think the wrong thing. You don't want, you know what I'm saying? It's hard. So
it is a lot of factors to it.
But what I will say is, outside of like what we're talking about with your nephew, like not knowing and who's responsible for that. It's like you said, it's everybody's responsibility, but as parents, I feel like you're the soul. God gave birth to that person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
for sure.
you have to,
you're the first people they know.
Exactly.
Right.
And believe it or not, they, depending on how you nurture them and how you raise them, they take pride in what you say or how you feel about something.
Right.
And that's what triggered me to know that I was wrong for what I was doing with my baby, because I heard her talking to somebody else about me, and I felt like, dang, that's how my baby thinks about me.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang,
Yes, some things you don't want to hear.
you know what I'm saying? So I was like, dang, that's true.
Yeah.
I'll be there. And my baby, she very articulate with her words. Like, she know how to cook shit.
I think one of the biggest things about us as parents is to continue growing. You understand what I'm saying? No matter what it is. Like, as long as we're living, we should be continuously growing. Everything, we all agree that God made it all.
Yeah.
Everything that's within God grows.
Yeah.
So we have to continue to grow as parents. And as they see us continuously growing, You understand what I'm saying? Then they'll kind of pick up on it. They may not take it in right then and there because kids are gonna be kids regardless. You understand what I'm saying? However, they'll start seeing not only your work ethic, the integrity, you know, they'll see you grow because some of us had kids young and we become different people 10 years later. And as long as they're able to see that, they'll pick up on it. And I think that's the biggest thing within our households, starting there, first of all, within ourselves.
Yeah.
Then within our children, our relationships, and within our community. If we continue to grow and everything has nothing, it has to grow. That's just bottom line, it has to.
Right. I agree. I think we had a great conversation here today. I want to ask this. I'll finish it off with this question. What kind of goals do you I'm not gonna say push the kids towards, but inspire them to go for these days, especially young men, young black men to be in particular, as far as careers and life choices, and which way do you feel like you leading them up to go since you do the work?
One of the things again that I pinpoint so much on is look deep inside of you. What do you do that you know adds joy to not only you, but everybody around you that can add to their lives? Not just something that people on the streets look at, but something that you do that adds value to yourself and everybody else around you. And it makes them think. You understand what I'm saying? Once you start thinking that, then you can start thinking of something that's purposeful. And once you start thinking of something purposeful that you like to do, then you'll find some kind of fulfillment. So that's one of the ways that I start. And I also tell them that it's your life, that you deserve everything that's great. Looking at mirror every day, when I tell the girls at school, I say, "You heard, huh?" Mm-hmm. And the little girl at school told me, "Period." I say, "Exactly." That's how you should feel each and every day. And guess what? That girl that's in the mirror, she deserves everything that's great. Mm-hmm. The young man that's in the mirror, you deserve everything that's great. Away from what your parents think, away from what your peers think, you deserve it. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell them that because I, as a grown man, had to go through that. Yeah. I had to look in the mirror and tell myself, you deserve everything that's great. And so these are some of the things that I teach them as well. And then when
have me in the mirror, I'm her.
You better believe it.
Right.
Because to be totally honest, yes, you all might be wise, you might be mothers and all that, and I'm not trying to take up too much time. However, you are an individual first.
Yes.
So who am I besides all these other titles?
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? All these accolades don't make you who you are.
Exactly.
You understand? That bank account is lovely. If it's lovely, but it does not make you who you are. Even if it's not where you want to be, it does not make you who you are. So take those things and you cultivate what you have great inside you already. And then you can provide a service. I promise you, you're gonna find something that's so good in you when you start looking deep inside you that you'll be able to provide a service in just the way that the universe, the way God works. He's going to surround you around the right people that you need in your life for you to be able to make a living, for you to be able to make a difference. And so these are the things that I tell the kids. One thing I don't do, I don't try to scare them straight. Yeah. You can't scare nobody straight. Yeah. You understand? We are human beings and we're made to be able to be durable. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't scare nobody straight. But one thing I do tell them is what they can't do. Mm-hmm. You can do anything that you put your mind to. So put your mind to it. Do it. Be it. You understand? The joy of a man is to be able to create achievement. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure we all know somebody, you be like, this nigga say this, that, and the third. You can't get nothing done. Yeah. Life ain't that bad where you can't get nothing done. It's something that you're doing. Mm-hmm. So look in that mirror and create some achievement. Recognize the greatness that's what's inside of us. Let's create some achievement. I believe as long as we create a culture or an environment like that, the world will be a better place. And that's what I want to do. You know, not just in the youth, but as man, it's too many of us being cowards. I just want us to stand. We say we stand on business. Yeah. We got sons, we got daughters. Let's stand on business.
Yeah, I agree. I love that, and this was another great conversation. This we touched a lot of points on mental health in the men's.
I got a
men's
statement I want to make.
What you want to leave people with?
Oh no, when the camera stops.
Oh,
y'all just stand on business for real. That's what I will leave y'all with. Stand on business for real. Man, woman, black, white, purple, green. Just stand on business for real. And have some integrity behind whatever you believe in and what you say you believe in.
Anything you want the people to go check out or where they can
Well, you can find me at Uncle Fred hashtag D3LO. That's my Facebook. You can find, that's my Instagram. I'm sorry. On Facebook, you can find me under Freddy Evans. You can also find us on Facebook as Developing Emotional Literacy Outreach. We also have our first group class session June 27th. Okay. That'll be June 27th at Anointed Christian Daycare. And so it's going to be amazing. And again, our program is not just a summer thing. We support the kids 11 through 18 all the way till they graduate. Okay. One of our goals is to allow them to graduate and send them off with at least $1,000. Okay. So within that, we're going to have college campus tours. We're going to have skate night, bowling night, paintball fighting and all that. So we're going to have an amazing time. And so any kids that's out there 11 through 18 years old, come have some fun with family-oriented, family-structured, non-profit organization. So come have some fun with us. And again, that's D.E.L.O, Developing Emotional Literacy Outreach. I thank you all. It's been a blessing. And hey, y'all help me as a man continue to stand up on the things that I say I want to stand up on as a man. That's standing on business and creating more leaders within our men and our younger generation. Exactly. So thank you all.
And again, another conversation worth having. We bring them to y'all every week, once a week on Thursday. See y'all next week.